how does the search feature differ from Google Scholar? The biggest answer is a lot of these different utilities, Europe PubMed Central, PubMed, Archive, Google Scholar, they're really, really good at doing what are known as Boolean keyword searches. So if you enter what you're looking for as keywords and use ors and nans, and it's a skill in itself to learn how to make these queries, they're going to be able to bring up right results for you. But most scientists, and especially most early scientists, they just want to ask a question in their natural language and get results. That's what Answer the Search is really, really good for. You can ask it questions like you would ask a normal human. So you can just enter in your research title or your research topic, and it's going to use that to generate all of the queries that it needs in the backend. You don't need to worry about any of that, and it'll actually generate multiple variations of your search query, so you're able to get a more comprehensive idea of the entire research space. Another reason as to why we added search is that if, let's say, you want to research a topic and only ask specific questions to specific papers, I didn't want users to use Google Scholar first, go through the process of downloading PDFs from there, and then adding them to Answer This as a next step. To reduce friction in this entire process and make it from like 10 steps to one, we just thought we'll just add a search functionality. People search for the papers from here, and they also crop their literature reviews here, and they can also edit the literature reviews, save them, and generate abstracts, all those sort of things in the platform itself.
Yeah, and when you say that you're getting your data from the internet, um, does that mean like as soon as a paper? So, if I were to co-author a paper at my research institution and it finally gets published and it's on the internet, would that go onto your database?
Yeah, I think there's some latency there only because it takes time for papers to get indexed onto the internet. And the main backend sources that we're using, apart from the internet for research papers, do take a little bit of time in updating. But you're spot on. If you publish a paper now in 15, 20 days, however long it takes for it to get noticed, it's going to come on Answer This. And actually, that's one of the big reasons as well why we differ from so many of these other services. ChatGPT only has data up until 2021. Now the cutoff may have increased. But if you want to stay at the cusp of your research, cutting edge, then something like Answer This is going to find what you can find manually. So if you can find something manually, there's a good chance that Answer This is going to be able to find it as well.
Yeah, that's something I noticed about ChatGPT. It only, like you said, it only has research up to a certain date, and it has no problems with lying to you to give you a good answer. So, in some of the niche research topics that I've looked into, about like little ice caps in Canada that not a lot of people have been to, there's research on it. And so I'll ask ChatGPT, hey, like, can you give me some papers that I can look at concerning like X, Y, and Z about this ice cap? And it'll give me papers that just completely don't exist. And so I'll try to search them up on Google and they won't be there. And this was like a year ago, so I'm sure that like the paid version is probably a little bit better now, especially with all the developments. But that was something that was really surprising to me, and that I know some other people have dealt with that as well.
Yeah, I actually talked to 80 researchers just recently as part of, empathizing with the audience, like I've talked about before. And that was something that almost all of them brought up. ChatGPT, even now, doesn't hesitate in lying. And that's something that we've been able to fix. So if Answer This gives you any links, and I can say this with like 99.9% assurance, because there's obviously, 0.1% chance that the sun blows up or something. But with a very, very high level of confidence, anything that Answer This outputs, you can check it right there. It's going to give you the paper that it cites right in the platform itself. But even if it makes any claims, you can look it up and see that someone else has said it before. So Answer This doesn't form any new opinions of itself. It doesn't. It won't lie to you to just answer a question. It will only repeat information to you what's already been said out there. So it might make the process of understanding that information simpler, but it's not synthesizing anything new. It's essentially doing a literature review on what's already been done on the topic.